Hi, everyone. I know a lot of you may be really surprised to hear my voice right now. I have not been on this channel for a very long time. And I do want to say a couple things before I start a short reading. Mainly the point of this video is to let you guys know that I'm back. Um, some things. If you are just stumbling upon here and you're new and you just want to hear the message, I'm just giving a little longer intro than usual right now because I haven't been on this channel for a while. So I'm going to timestamp down in the comment section for you to go directly to the reading. Okay? For those of you that know me very well and are part of my soul tribe, have been for a while, I want to thank you first and foremost. I want to thank you for your positive energy. I want to thank you for not giving up on me. I want to thank you for your support, your comments, asking where I am. Even just energetically, I always feel your energy when you send positive energy. And most importantly, just the act of not unsubscribing means a lot to me. I know I've been away for a while. I do want to let you know that the past year has been very difficult for me, but I am grateful. It's also been very good. It's been good and it's also been difficult at the same time, right? Because I don't want to always just think about the negative, everything. There's no such thing as positive and negative. I've always talked about that on this channel, despite, challenges that I went through. It's always for the good. And if you can take something out of that message, please do for yourself. But if you have been here before, then you know that I lived overseas for some time. And I just recently, last year, moved back to New Jersey. That came with a lot of energy that I was not ready for, that I was not expecting. The divine kind of basically threw me into one giant tower moment, threw me into hermit mode. If you don't know what that means, it just means upheaval, having to self-reflect, having to go within deeply. I had to experience a lot of energies that I have not dealt with in a very long time because I've been away from this area in a long time. I had to be thrown into another career besides tarot that I have not done in a very long time, simply because of the fear that took over me because of how expensive the cost of living is in northern New Jersey right now. It's absurd, but I know that we're all going through it in the United States right now. That's just the way that life is. So fear overcame me, and I took a full-time job just to make sure I can keep a roof over my head and my child. You guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am single, so my child only has me to depend on. And nothing's an accident, right? The divine threw me into all of these situations and all of these energies pretty much to bring me back to the fact that this is my soul's purpose. Sharing messages with the divine is my soul's purpose. I am put on this earth to channel. I am a medium. This is what my purpose is. And even when I was overseas, I was not putting the energy into it that I was supposed to. So the divine pretty much brought me back to New Jersey, put me in hermit mode, and had me face a lot of aspects of myself and reality, just so that I can resurface and understand and recognize and accept that my purpose on this planet is, I had to put more energy into it. I had to take it to the next level. They wanted me to do more with this gift that they have given me. And I wasn't listening. I was keeping myself a little stagnant, right? That had me question some maybe self-beliefs. I had to talk to my inner child, understand what was limiting me. It was a fear of success that I had deep within me that I had to, deal with. And I can go on and on. But I just went through a very transformative period. And the divine basically took this channel away from me. I mean, technically they didn't. They put it on hold. It still existed. But they put a block where I physically could not record a reading. I could not get the energy to do it because they would not allow me to do this work without facing some things that I needed to face. And I am thankful always for any lessons that the divine puts me through. It's for a purpose, it's for the greater good. Um, because if I'm here to serve the collective, I have to do so with a clear mindset. And it's just a, and I hope that you hear, I'm not just talking and talking. I hope that you take something out of this too and understand that sometimes, or all the time, the divine puts us, especially when we have a big purpose on this, and we all have a big purpose on this planet, whatever it is, whether it's channeling the divine or just being a nurse or anything that you do as a career, we all have a purpose on this planet. And when the divine sees that we're keeping ourselves limited and we're supposed to do more, they will put us through difficult situations that um, make us purge, make us face our fears and face um, the things in our subconscious mind that we may not want to deal with. Okay. And we can mistakenly see that and get angry with the divine and say, why are you putting me through this? Why are you causing this chaos in my life? Why are you making me go through all of this? But it's always a gift. It is always a gift because the divine will do whatever they have to do for you to help you elevate and awaken and continue on your journey. Even if you interpret it as negative, there is no such thing. Mostly they bring out the negative that's already existing within you and your life. It's not that they're bringing it upon you, they're actually showing you what already exists so that you can transmute that energy into a positive. So yeah, I'm going to put out another video at some point, maybe just talking more about what I went through, not just to talk about myself, but I always feel like, even in this intro, I didn't have to say all that, but I felt guided to, and then I know that I will record a video eventually, because I know that even through my experience, maybe there's something that you yourself had to hear, maybe even if it's just the message that, you know, anything negative that you may be going through, I don't want you to see. I know it's hard for us humans to say, what do you mean this is not negative? This is hard. Yeah, but sometimes the divine puts us through difficulty to push us, okay? Because there's actually something greater ahead. All right, for us to face our limitations, for us to face our darkness, for us to face even energies that we're not aware of, that are in our subconscious, that were planted there by other people throughout our lives, etc. Okay, and I know that in some degree, because I don't believe that anything happens, you're not my collective for no reason. I know that at some degree, you guys were experiencing, possibly, they're already telling me, similar things at the same time, because we all do share energy. With that being said, I hope to be here regularly. As you can see, I set up a little room. I bought a desk. I bought new decks. I replaced a lot of my favorite decks that got lost in my move or that I had to leave behind. I replaced many of them, not all of them, and I set up my area, and I'm ready. So I'm just happy to be back, and I'm thankful for a lot of you, for being welcoming and watching this, if you are here watching this. So, I love you guys. Yeah, I'm going to be here. I'm not going away. Ever. Okay. The divine spoke to me a lot about what I'm put on earth to do, and this has a lot to do with it. Okay, we're ready for the reading portion here. Let's just see what messages I get. And then, like I said, I'm sure that I'm going to record longer readings, shorter readings. I'm just going to, anytime I'm guided, I'm going to be uploading readings here. So I hope you're ready for me. And thank you for the support. I do want to say, however, I just played back the intro very quickly because it's the first time I've used a microphone. It's a new microphone since I set up this new room. And I did not realize that it was loud enough to explode your eardrums. Oh my gosh. If you sat through that, God bless you. Hopefully it's not as loud right now. I try to work with it to lower the volume a little bit. If it's still loud, I apologize if the quality of the audio is bad. It's a new microphone that I decided to invest in, and I might have to work with it, a couple of times until I find the sweet spot. I'm instantly getting bombarded with so many messages. It's probably because I've been away for so long. It's like spirits here trying to fill me in on everything that I missed. I don't know if elephants are significant for any of you. I just decided to pick this up. I didn't even notice I was doing that while I was connecting. This was a gift that somebody gave me. But remember, everything that you see, even if I don't mention it, whether an image on a card or something on my desk, if anything pops out to you, a crown, an elephant, snow globes, or something like this, then it's a message for you. There's definitely, I know for some of you, it may symbolize something. I'm gonna look up the meaning of the spiritual meaning of elephants and post it down below. Anyway, this candle also went out, so there's that. There's so many messages. Spirit, I need you to just give me the most important message right now that will reach the most people. They're talking about your connection with them. When I mean them, when I say them, I'm talking about the angels, spirit guides, your ancestors. They are telling me very bluntly that wheel of fortune, okay? And for those of you that are new, I forgot to mention that I am a medium, so I channel above all. I'm connected with, before I even touch the cards, I'm already getting messages, so that's what I'm sharing. It's already the reading. They're saying, there has been a change in your spiritual practices, okay? And that Wheel of Fortune, they just showed me the Wheel of Fortune card, which is the card of your destiny. It's also the card of karma. You have been in a rough spot of that wheel for a little while now. And it is time for that wheel to turn. And it's not going to turn slowly. It's going to turn very quickly. It might give you physical symptoms once it starts turning and your life starts changing, because your life's about to change very quickly. And we're going to go into the details. But there's something important that you need to do first. Okay? They are saying that for whatever reason, whether it's things that have been going on in your life, difficulties, getting stuck in the everyday hustle and bustle, whatever the case may be, you've almost neglected your spiritual practices, or have been half-assing it some way. And they literally use that terminology. Okay? And they don't mean it in a bad way. They forgive you. They're always with you. But what they mean is, I keep hearing someone that is asking, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? It's a feeling of wanting to find home. I just saw the words home, huge. That may mean a lot of things for some of you. Maybe you actually want to find a new home, or you want to move, or you're searching for that sense of home within yourself, within a friend group, within a romantic relationship, within a career. You just don't feel like you're home for some reason. Like there's always something that's not particularly fitting right, even though you feel like you're aligned. However, they're saying in order to find your soul's purpose and be led home, so to say, you have to make your spiritual practices something that you do regularly without forgetting. Okay? They forgive you. Spirit never leaves you. Angels never leave your side. Your spirit guides never leave your side. Your ancestors never leave your side. Your deceased loved ones on the other side never leave your side. Even if you leave their side while you're in the 3D sometimes. Okay? The thing is that depending on your choices, you may alter your frequency to the point where it's hard for them to connect with you. And they want to lead you home, they're saying. They want to lead you down something that's meant for you. Something big is about to change. But they're saying there was a point in your life where it's not that you forgot. It's not that you don't speak to, or pray or speak to the divine or ask for guidance. But there was a time in your life that you used to do so more regularly. And they really want you to make that a part of your everyday life. In the same way you would take a shower, in the same way you would brush your teeth, in the same way you need sleep every night. They need you to set some time aside, whether it's a couple of minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day. If you could do longer, it's okay. It doesn't have to be longer. As long as you do it, to set some times aside to have some rituals or, to connect with the divine, to honor them, to cleanse, okay? To cleanse yourself, whether that's lighting Palo Santo, getting some sage, lighting candles. They don't want to give specifics because they're saying that there is not a one size fits all way to connect to the divine. Everybody has a different process, and you know what it is because you used to do this every day, okay? Meditating, if that's for you, just making it a point to connect and get messages from the divine so that they can give you more downloads and guide you every single day, writing down the things that you hear them say, that you dream of. You may have not been getting as many synchronicities as you used to. You're not looking out for them. It's not that they're not sending it, but you may be missing a lot of them. Okay? And they really, really, really need you because your life's about to make a big shift. I know you're human. You're going to forget sometimes, but every day make it a point. Do not neglect that spiritual hygiene. Because they're also saying, please don't take offense, but they're showing me somebody like covered in dirt from head to toe. Okay? You don't look dirty. It's not that you don't shower. Okay? But you're in situations or you're around people on a regular basis that are dumping their energy onto you. And because you're missing the messages when the divine's trying to tell you to avoid somebody or avoid a situation, and you're also not cleansing yourself or protecting yourself the way that you're supposed to. Okay? And we can't neglect that. They don't want me to go on and on about that because they know that you know what I'm talking about. I can go, hold on, Spirit. Can you at least let me pull a card here? Hold on. They're in particular talking to me. They have a lot of messages, but it's not that okay. There are some people in your life, it's not that they mean harm. Maybe you're really good at giving advice. Maybe you're the one that has gotten into the habit of sharing too much. about your personal things. But I'm specifically seeing a situation like where someone's at a bar or someone's on the phone. There's someone in your life that has maybe gets into the habit of sharing things that they're going through. They're going through a tough time with you in particular. That, but they're saying that people may be guided to do that with you naturally. It's because of your aura. Okay, people are attracted, and that's fine. You can give people advice. However, if you're not going to take care of your spiritual hygiene on a regular basis, you can't be that person for other people without getting dirty. Because what they're actually doing is dumping all of their energy onto you. You're not doing anything to protect yourself. Also, a lot of blessings are coming your way, and your life is about to change very quickly. And when you're about to elevate, the devil always tries to keep you down, one way or another. So especially now, make it a point to have that connection, that conscious connection with the divine on a regular basis. That spiritual hygiene every single day. Cleansing yourself, cleansing your space, praying, speaking to the divine, asking angels for help, asking for signs, so that you can walk around with that protection. So anything that gets thrown at you bounces right off. Okay? They're willing to help you, but you need to do your part. And you got to protect yourself from all these gossipers, all these people, and they might not even mean harm. You just have that energy where people like to talk to you, like to share things with you. It might even be you. Maybe you have gotten into the habit of speaking negatively a lot, like, oh, I hate this job, or oh, I hate this place, or oh, this is so annoying, or oh, I hate the state, I just want to move so bad, oh, how did I get this chunky, I need to lose weight, oh, I hate my hair, whatever the case may be, I hate this shirt, I hate these shoes, oh, I wish my life was different, etc. Oh, I just like nothing fits. Oh my God, I can never find someone that loves me. Oh, everybody I meet always does me dirty. Whatever. Maybe it's you. Maybe you have gotten into the habit of focusing on the negative too much without even realizing it. And it's not that you're a negative person, it's just natural in you that you have to. It's human nature. It might mean that you're overwhelmed with some things in your life. You have a lot on your plate and you need a release. You need somewhere to release it without dumping it on somebody, right? So you do that. It could be that. The divine's asking you to release it onto them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the way that you're doing is actually lowering your vibration. If that's the case, or if other people are doing it to you, same thing, they both lower your vibration. And it's almost like you take a pile of dirt, if you need a visual, and just every time you do that, or every time someone else does that, they just dump some dirt on you. And the more you do it, the dirtier you get. And then you don't take a shower to remove it. And every day you just keep doing it. Now you're just filthy and gross. I'm not saying you're filthy and gross, but you know what I mean. And Spirit's saying, rely on me. If you have troubles, instead of speaking that way, make a conscious effort to talk to me, call on me, ask me for help instead of saying you hate something or you don't like something. All of the things that are bothering you, talk to me about it. If someone comes and talks to you about their heaviness, let's say they're going through a divorce or separation, and you're the person they rely on, be there and listen to them, but then go home and call your angels and tell them what the conversation was with that person. Ask them to guide that other person too, and to cleanse you of their energy and do something in response to that, whether you take a spiritual bath or you light sage or however you personally do it. You have your routine, but you got to do something. You can't just keep dirtying yourself energetically, because you are blocking the connection you have with the divine. And they don't need, it's important that you do it right now because big things are coming, yes. But this needs to be a part of your life every day of your life for the rest of your life. You're human, you might miss a day or two. Fine. But you need to do this every day. Try to do it every day. They're there every day, but you need to open the channels of communication every day as if you have a physical best friend right next to you on a regular basis. They are physical, you just don't see them. I can't emphasize it enough because they're about to lead you home to that feeling of home. This is the path to it, though. This is the path. You can't start anything new until you take care of this. I didn't even pull a card. Like I said, I haven't been here in a while. I just had to share some messages. I was going to make this one quick because it was just a, hey, I'm back kind of. And then, then I'll focus on longer readings. But I guess, you know how they are. They took over. They had to say that. Because that wheel, they keep showing me that wheel is turning. It's a blessing. Blessings are coming. But you can't curse your blessings. You can't allow other people to curse your blessings. You can't lower your vibration to the point where you allow negative entities to want to attach themselves to you unknowingly. And then on top of that, new level, new devil. The moment that you're about to rise, that devil energy is there trying to pull you down. You got to really you got to take care of this. But not just because of what I said, but every day. They need you every day. They miss you. I feel like you were more actively connecting and they're trying to talk to you. Can you just make believe they are your children? Would you ever have a child and neglect them and not feed them and not put them to bed and not give them a bath? Would you do that? No. So pretend that you gave birth, even though, pretend if that helps you. Think of it in a physical way. And you can't let this connection die. You have to see it that way. It is essential. Okay, hold on. That was a big message. Especially about it, the way that you speak is it's very, it can be very transformative, and also the way other people speak to you. There's that Seven of Cups. I'm using, of all decks, this is not the most, this is not a very typical deck, but it's one of my favorites. This is Tarot del Fuego. I rebought it. Seven of Cups. In the traditional sense, the Seven of Cups usually talks to us about, it could be illusions, confusion, having a lot of choices. Not sure which cup is the right cup. Cups signify your heart space, your emotions. And what I'm getting is that you're not sure what makes you happy. You've gone through so much in your life. You've been disappointed by your own choices so many times in your life that you almost, it's like you're living in a state of confusion now. Because all of these choices look the same. In the traditional tarot, all seven cups have something else different in it, right? So at least the choices look different. At this point, all of these apples with the eye, they all look the same. So you're like, is this right? Is this what I want? Is this what I want? Is this what makes me happy? Is this what makes me happy? Is this what makes me happy? Should I move here? Should I stay here? Should I leave this job? Do I need something new? What do I need? Spirit, what do I need? I just hear somebody like, I just got goosebumps. Like, you're at that point. You don't even know what you need. But the reason they had me channel that message for so long in the beginning is because that's step one to knowing what you need. The reason all cups look the same to you is because, well, you've unknowingly cut off your connection to the divine. Not exactly that way, meaning it's never really cut off. They're always there to protect you, and they've saved you more than you know, okay? They've had to intervene a lot. They're telling me, and that's okay. That's their job, and they love you. But you have cut off the ability to consciously have a relationship with them. So therefore, you're confused when they're the ones that guide you. That's the point. And also, they're giving me a message like I just thought of Adam and Eve. You know, the apple is like the forbidden fruit, right? You're at a point where I'm getting nine of swords energy. Again, if you're new here, you just stumbled upon here, you're like, why are you saying nine of swords? It's not on the table. Again, I'm a medium, so I channel, I see cards without seeing them. If they come out later to confirm, fine, but they're showing it to me. The nine of swords is like anxiety, overthinking, and I feel like you have some, whether you're conscious of it or not, there's like a, and what I mean by conscious or unconscious, sometimes to protect ourselves, you don't even consciously know you're anxious or that anxiety is driving you, that nine of swords energy, which is that anxiety, you know? You might dissociate, so not even realize that you're being anxious, but really there is an anxious driving force, which again comes from not having that open connection with them on a regular basis. Not to shame you, but they just keep repeating it. But that forbidden fruit, for example, what I mean by that is you feel like this is what's driving you, that you have in the past have had multiple options, and you've taken that apple and bit it and then realized it was the forbidden fruit. It's brought something, a difficult experience into your life, right? So now it's happened so many because of your choices. So now it's happened so many times in your life that you're like, I have all of these desires, my heart saying this, but are they all forbidden choices? What if it's the wrong thing and I go through something else? Now I'm just stuck here in this state of confusion and illusion, and you might not even be every single day walking around confused and feeling like you're in illusion, but you might be on autopilot, because our mind has a tremendous capability to protect us if we are in this state too long. But you just wake up in the morning and do the same thing every day, get your cup of coffee every day, go to the bar on Friday with your friend. It's the same thing every single week. And there's just something deep, deep, deep that's nagging in you, a choice you have to make. You just keep ignoring it more and more and more, and that's how you deal with it. And then you cut off the lines of communication with the divine more and more and more, because you don't want to hear, or you're afraid of what they're going to tell you for some reason. Well, it's time for that wheel to move. Something big is happening. They don't want you to be confused anymore. Okay? I need more information. And this relates to a lot of things. Like I said, one of the first messages I got before, they said, well, first we need the phone lines connected. Okay? Meaning that you're with the divine. We need to, secondly, understand what purpose means. You're trying to find your purpose. People confuse that with a career. Your purpose is not a career, but your purpose is to live with purpose. Your purpose is to connect with the divine and live a spiritual life. And once you do that, they will guide every step of your life, every decision you make. And no decision is the wrong decision. And everything that you do is done with light, which ultimately will inspire others. Light is shared. You always feel home. That's what it means. That is your purpose. After that, they will tell you what career path to go after, where to move, who to date, who not to give a chance, who to walk away from, who to protect yourself from. You understand? That is your soul's purpose, is to do that. And everything else will fall into place. You will never be in the Seven of Cups energy. Yeah. But I keep hearing, like, I need to feel like, I need to feel home. What is home? All these apples look the same. All these choices look the same. Or if it's a relationship, every time I date someone, it ends up the same. Same thing over and over again. What am I supposed to do? I know I'm supposed to do something. That's what I keep hearing. And it starts with your connection with the divine. Tell me more. Whoop. I saw this one come out before, and then I put it back because I wasn't ready. It came out again. I put some paper over it because you know how YouTube is now with the animated nudity, so I blocked it. Oh. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Man, these images are... First of all, they're saying you're meant for something big, even though you are abundant right now, which is the crazy thing, but that's the devil's trick. That's the devil's trick. See, because the Page of Pentacles, here it's the Knave of Pentacles, which is the page. A page is very, very small energy, right? But there's a lot of pentacles. But this man, woman, creature, I don't know what it is. Number one, is sitting so vulgarly, right? Giving a sense of like, I'm like, you're way too comfortable. Okay. Pentacles coming out of its, you know what? Pentacles all over the floor. It's a lot of pentacles. It's a lot of money. Okay. But you know what's always significant to me in this deck with this card? There's a devil tail that this person has, but it's hidden under the chair. All right. And with the skull there, and skulls, like it's something needs to die. Not literally, but figuratively. And what I mean is, page energy is small energy, even if it's that many pentacles. It's still small energy. You just might not be perceiving it because the devil is trying to keep you small. That devil energy is trying to keep you small. Meaning, you might be making, let's say, this is just an example, a really good salary right now. You're comfortable with it. You think it's a lot. You think you've succeeded this far. Even though there's all of those pentacles there. The devil tail and the skull's letting me know, but actually, you're still losing because you don't know that you're supposed to have 4 times as much. You understand? It's like you may be making, let's say you have a salary of $500,000. I'm giving just whatever example, right? That's a lot. I mean, I wish I was making that right now. You're making 500K. You're good. Most people would wish to have that. I mean, hell yeah. But it's still the Page of Pentacles because what's written in your destiny is to make millions. That's why it's the Page of Pentacles, even though all of those pentacles are there. All of them. And this King of Swords, swords are about, what do swords signify? Your thoughts, your intellect, your mind, communication. With that rainbow behind, this is the King of Swords. The rainbow signifies the divine to me. Stabbing himself blindfolded on top of a puddle of blood, that is gruesome. And he has gray hair, meaning you have a lot of wisdom. The divine's actually very proud of you for everything you've accomplished. You've grown. But you see those 2 crowns, they're not actually on your head. You're actually blindfolded And what you're blindfolded to, what you're not listening to, is the divine light, the guidance of the divine. That's why they're asking you to connect more. You're actually doing yourself a disservice. You're actually killing yourself, figuratively speaking. But it could be physical in the sense that maybe something that you're doing right now, career-wise, since I don't know why they're leading me down that path, you think it's making you a lot of money and that's why you're doing it. You haven't taken the leap of faith towards something else because you don't want to lose that abundance you think you have. But it's actually not abundance compared to what you're supposed to have. If you lived your life in your truth, if you listened to the divine guidance, if you connected with them and you followed their everyday guidance towards what you're supposed to do, you're making yourself old, you're making yourself tired, you're making yourself exhausted. That's what it means by like you're stabbing yourself. And what I mean by physical, it's like it could be when you overwork yourself. When you overwork yourself, it causes physical. You can cause yourself physical problems, make yourself literally physically sick. That's a message I'm getting for someone. Maybe you actually, if you do some work that's actual physically like taxing, like maybe that could be it too. Like you're actually like hurting your body doing whatever you're doing. Maybe that's the divine's way of saying like, is it worth it? Are the pentacles worth it? If you're hurting yourself, but for a lot of you, it's figurative as well. Okay, you think you're hearing the divine, you're not. You're not. Okay, you're wiser than you think you are if you just remove that blindfold, connect with the divine. For some of you, this message is just for one person. If it's related to career, maybe some of you are working on something or have been working on something with a partner, right? Like you started a business venture with somebody else. And the thing is, even though they're great or whatever, this person is keeping you guys small. Okay, so you have two choices. Either you have to venture forward on your own without this person, okay, and find a way to do that, or you have to shine some light on this person, inspire them to do more with you if you have a partner in some kind of business, because it could be, this energy could be coming from somebody else. Yeah. But the light, I mean, this King of Swords is bombarded by this red energy, which is reminding me of like that devil energy. Like you're tired and the divine's trying to save you. Look at all those stars around. They're trying to guide you to your purpose. I'm getting in terms of some of you are, look at that devil energy. We spoke about it. There it is. There it is. Can't make it up. There's nothing to be afraid of. As far as career, for some of you, there is something that you're supposed to be doing. If you're talking about, there's something that you're supposed to be doing and you know what it is. I feel like you've thought about it. It's a dream that you've had, something you've always wanted to do, you've thought of. It might have something to do with spirituality. I don't know why I'm being shown. And this is just for some people, but you'll know. Crystals, plant medicine, something like that, or going back to learn something like that. It could be. The point is, if you've ever dreamt it, if you've thought it, it's because it exists. You can't think of anything that doesn't exist. Can you think of something that hasn't been invented yet? No, right? Because it doesn't exist. So you don't even know. In 1905, I promise you somebody wasn't on their bed thinking about TikTok, for example, right? As just an example. If it doesn't exist, you don't think about it. But the moment someone thinks of something, that's just the way the world works. The moment you think of something, it's because it exists. Otherwise, you wouldn't think it. So if you've dreamt of something, if you thought of something, if it's even crossed your mind as a dream, or I wish I can do this, or I wish I could live there, or I wish I can do that, the reason that you are thinking it is because on a timeline in your associated with you, that exists. That version of you exists. That outcome exists. That positive outcome exists. That path exists. And it's nagging you and nagging you because the divine doesn't want it to be an option. The divine wants you to take steps to towards making it happen, because you're thinking it, but you got to let go of the devil energy that's blocking you from taking the steps toward it. And it's not as scary as it thinks. You don't have to pack up. If it's about moving, you don't have to pack up all your things and move right now. If it's starting a business, you don't have to quit your job and start right now, but you can start on the side. You can start looking at every step that you take, even in small increments, is a step. Start with your connection to the divine. Start thinking about it more, research it, look into it. Little by little, you're going to see that ball will start to roll without you realizing it. Okay? The divine's going to lead you to that feeling of home. They're going to lead you. Connect with them every day. That's what they're saying. That's your number one. That's what they want you to take. That's what they want you to take out of this reading. Your number one thing is that connection that was dwindling. Because they're going to put things in your thought every day that's going to either lead you towards a Google search or lead you towards talking to somebody that eventually is going to lead you towards the path that you're asking about. Okay? The moon. Yeah. The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about, in the traditional sense, with the priestess. Take one more. And the Tower. Yeah. The Tower and the Death, though, came out together. Look at that. Not an accident. So I need one more for over here. Two of Cups. Wow. Love it. Listen, for some of you, the fact that the Two of Cups fell underneath the Devil card is just, and this is not for everybody. And I just split the deck. I split it, and it's the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away. Listen, this is not for everybody. Just side note, it's for like maybe one person. But the Two of Cups is not just romantic. The Two of Cups is also a partnership, and it's underneath the Devil, and the Eight of Cups is walking away. For some of you, it's walking away from a partnership, whether in career, relationship, something that's keeping you small. You've thought it before. Maybe you felt guilty for thinking of it, and then you put the blindfold on and stabbed yourself. You understand? Because you didn't want to let this person down, this person, you know, your loyalty. But sometimes you got to put yourself first, because there's some devil energy associated with this partnership. There's no other way around it. I felt it. I saw it. It's being shown. Either have to venture out on your own, or you have to find a way to help them elevate. But anyway, the moon is, deep. It's your subconscious. It's like uncharted territory you haven't been in. It could be secrets. And the Four of Swords in the traditional sense is usually represents meditation, contemplation, and the Priestess has all the secrets of the universe. Okay, so we have secrets. Okay, The priestess in this deck is showing you the book of life, pointing at the book, pointing at certain passages of the book, okay? Telling you exactly where to go, telling you what your future holds, telling you what will bring that happiness, that new beginning, that partnership, that love, everything that you're seeking, this new life, this abundant new life. Because right now, it's like, you think you're stable because the number 4 in the numerology sense signifies stability. But this hand is being cut in so many pieces, and I'm saying it, and it's like it's making me think that, like, it's like manual labor, like you're what you're doing right now is actually hurting yourself, right? You can't keep doing it for long. So the divine's giving you a solution so that you can live this abundant, free life, so you can feel home in partnerships, in love, in career. So that you don't have, the first card is the most significant, always. You cannot live your life in 7 of Cups, confusion, illusion, energy forever. That's a horrible way to live. Living like that leads you to Tower moments over and over again, which is upheaval, chaos, needing damage control. But with the Death card, that's beautiful, because the Death card means we're ending the cycle of chaos, of upheaval. We've learned our lessons. We're ready to transform and live differently now. You're meant for more. You've already gone through the Tower. You've already gone through the Tower. You've already learned a lot of your lessons. You're going to be learning lessons until the day you die. Yes, but you've learned what you needed to learn for this time being, before this huge new change, this new stage in your life. Now, the moon is also the subconscious mind. The 4 of Swords is that meditation energy, like I told you. With that hand being cut up, it's also saying, like, don't stop doing and go within. Stop doing and go within. Stop doing things to get your minds off, whatever, and connect with the divine on a regular basis. And they're going to lead you where you need to go. There's the High Priestess. And with the moon signifying the subconscious mind, it means this reality, what you're craving, already exists. Already exists. It's that thought that's hidden in the secret. It's like the secret thought. It already exists. It's this desire of yours. It's time to take that out of the hidden bits of your body and live it. And the divine is going to show you how. As long as you connect with them on a regular basis. Your purpose is huge. You're meant to have a lot more. You're meant to have money without worry. Okay? You're meant to have a lot more. You're meant to live a life of purpose instead of only duty. Duties won't seem like duties because if you're living your purpose, nothing will seem so, draining if you're living your purpose. And the divine's going to guide you there. It's going to tell you what you need to do, where you need to go, what you need to let go of, and who. There's an internal fear. This moon card underneath the 7 of Cups here, with the subconscious mind. meaning you're not even conscious. The reason also why you're having such a hard time knowing which path to go, or you feel stuck sometimes, is because in the past, because of your subconscious programming, you've made the wrong choice many times. So you've had tower moments over and over again, leading to death and rebirth, tower moments over and over, leading to another death and rebirth. And you're just like, how many times? I'm just so tired. How many times is this going to happen? I've had enough. How many times? So you have that fear. That fear energy is limiting you. You know? So that's also the driving force, is that you have a fear of making the wrong choices again. You have a fear. Somebody did something to you also in the past, a relationship, a father figure, a mother figure, both. Okay. Where you were betrayed and you are taking responsibility for that. You feel like you made the choice to allow yourself to get yourselves in these situations in the first place. So there's like something in this, like you're afraid of your own choices. You're afraid of making choices. You're afraid of your own subconscious. And you can't live like that again. But having this routine of connecting with the divine, this spiritual, this connection with the divine on a regular basis, these conversations that you're going to have with the divine on a regular basis, the cleansing, the protection you're going to make conscious choice to make sure that you live by these principles, is going to make sure that all of that fear that you have in the subconscious goes away, so that you can move forward. Because that's what it is. You're keeping yourself small. You're keeping yourself from doing, because you're afraid of repeating, even if you don't realize it, whatever you've gone through in the past. And that's over with. That's not going to happen. Those people that screwed you over, they were brought to you. Those tower moments were brought to you. They weren't negative. They were negative. They put you through a lot, but you had to go through that so that you can end cycles that needed to end, so that you can awaken and be ready for what your actual, the abundance in the life that you're meant to have. You had to go through these things. You're not going to relive these things. You already learned. You're still going to learn a little bit more here and there, but you're definitely not in the same place. So let's let go of that energy. And those people in the past that have screwed you over, etc., they might have been people that were meant to be in your life, but there's free will on this earth. Some of these people, I'm getting told, chose the double energy. They refused to learn the lesson. The divine had to separate you. And some of them are not going to learn their lessons in this lifetime. That's a choice they made. You have to be okay with that and move on. Again, back to what they said about developing these spiritual practices, opening this line of communication every day. It's going to help you with that, because they're going to tell you, hey, I need you to cut this tie. I need you to cut this energetic cord. I need you to they're going to tell you what you need to cleanse every day, because you have cords of things and failures and people in the past all over you. And you don't even know what to cleanse. They're going to tell you, they're going to guide you towards a new life, towards this abundance. They're going to show you that page, book of life. Listen, whoever I'm talking to, you're going to have your life, you're meant for so much more. I mean, I'm talking, listen, if any, going down to the little things, the little details, it's going to be different for all of you. For some of you, for a lot of you, there's big Big, they keep emphasizing July. July is like a big starting point for something that's going to change your life. They showed me the temperance card though. Meaning again, like you don't have to just quit everything and start, but if you want to, they're really encouraging you to start this new venture of yours, whether it's taking online classes for something that you've been wanting to, um, starting a business, spiritual business. I mean, whatever the case may be. Again, I don't know why they keep telling me crystals, plant medicine, astrology. Some of you, it's like just going back to school for something. Yeah, like go for it. And I know they're saying like there's also, yeah. I channeled the temperance card. There it is. Boom. Like I said. Wow. Next to the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a brand new beginning, like the biggest abundance you could possibly have. Like, whoa. And I'm talking money. You're okay. I'm talking happiness. I'm talking feeling like you're home. Okay. Wow. Why does that pentacle have a tear though? Maybe this, whatever it is that this venture is about, helping people that have gone through things, whether energy healing work, crystals, like I said, plant medicine, helping people that have gone through things, sharing your journey. But it's also just a remembrance, the divine saying that all of the tower moments and all of the tears that you have shed, everything you've gone through, wasn't for nothing. It led you to this point. Okay? It led you here. This was always meant for you. With the temperance card there, you have to remember to live that life of balance, spirituality, and practicality, right? Every day, increase your connection and your spiritual activity, your routines to connect to the divine every day. Do it every day. Living in that balance is going to lead you. They're going to start giving you downloads, ideas. Then you got to take action. Don't start listening to what they're going to say and ignore it either. You got to listen. You got to do it. If they say, join this class, join this class. And for some of you, you know, what I was going to say before is I'm getting a feeling of like loneliness for some of you. Maybe that's part of the I want to find home message. Maybe your friends don't feel like home anymore. That's okay. That happens. With the temperance card, does that mean that you have to cut them off? No. You don't have to live in extremes. You don't have to live in extremes, honey. Like, it's not necessary. You don't have to hurt other people, because I'm saying that because they did give me that message in the beginning of people that are like always dumping their negativity. You don't have to be that person to just cut them off. Create boundaries though, spiritual boundaries with your spiritual practices, etc. But the divine is also acknowledging with this Two of Cups here, which could be the start of a friendship, not just romantic, is also acknowledging the need for you to find somebody like-minded. And I know how hard that could be. I know how hard that could be. I'll give you my personal example. When I was overseas in the Dominican Republic, beautiful experience. It was great. However, in the Dominican Republic, there's still a lot of stigma when it comes to this, okay? This spirituality, tarot cards, etc., because the island has a big history of ancestral voodoo practices, etc. It's also very close to Haiti, and Haiti practices voodoo. It's their official religion. And there's black magic and stuff that people do, etc., right? So they associate all of this stuff as like anti-God, etc. So, and they're not as open. It's not like the United States here. I find that people are more open to spirituality. There's spiritual shops everywhere. People are more open. Of course, people are still, there's conservative people everywhere. I mean, but you are more likely to find like-minded people that practice the same things, that have the same beliefs, Whereas over there, I had to I did all of this secretly. Nobody in my community, I didn't tell one person that this is what I did for a living. That's very lonely because that stigma existed. There's not even one person there that I can relate to in regards to this because there's such a stigma ingrained in the culture, right? Whether that's going to change anytime soon, etc., right? That's just an example. So I know what that feels like. I'm saying the divine's acknowledging your need to find somebody. Maybe it's like that for you, or maybe you just haven't found that person, that like-minded person. Maybe something's been stopping you from getting together, meeting people that do the same things. If you have to find a group online or reach out to someone that um, is on the same frequency, right? Finally get together, do that. The divine's trying to, with this Two of Cups here, get you away from the wrong. I'm not saying that the people you had around you before are the devil, okay? No, but there needs to be a balance between maybe the friends that you have right now are like all they like to do is devil energy things. Again, no shame in it. Maybe, like I said, going to the bar every week, and that's fine. You want to enjoy yourself a drink, you're a human being, go do it. But there's no balance between that and then your spirituality, and then it takes you away from it when this is actually a part of your path. So the divine is trying to set you up with a high priestess or find somebody on the same frequency as you, at least, so that you can support each other in that way. Okay? They're trying to help you build a tribe. Again, doesn't mean you have to eliminate people that you've known, but that's also part of the confusion. It's the lack of having that. You need like that. It serves like as a mirror in reality, that connection with someone that will push you towards all of those dreams that you had, this career path that you want to go after, if it's spiritual related, etc. Somebody that has the same mindset. And I'm not just speaking of spirituality. My ear is ringing. My God, wow. Anything, if it's just another path, if the path that you're trying to go after is bike making, I don't know where that came from. Right? Find someone that's really into bikes. You need that. You need someone to share that with, so it can continue to grow. And the divine is going to lead you towards your drive. There's definitely something, you're going to create roots with somebody, and who knows, maybe it's just a friendship, but for some of you it could actually turn romantic. Though the divine saying, don't even think about that right now, let's focus on one thing, everything else will follow. Yep. The King of Pentacles with that freaking devil on top and the Nine of Swords. Man, I just keep hearing that. And like with the Ten of Swords, I just keep hearing the same thing with the Ten of Swords. Like the Nine of Swords is that anxiety, that like stress, and the King of Pentacles there, it's like you might have the King of Pentacles is very stable, like a sense of stability right now, but there are other things that are keeping you blindfolded, anxious, stressed. Ten of Swords is like you come home at night, you can't even connect to the divine. That third eye has swords like stabbing it because you're just so tired, so drained, or you're around people that are more connected to devil energy, or they're just not on the same frequency when it comes to these things. So the divine's trying to lead you. You're not supposed to live this stressful life. You're not supposed to live this stressful life forever. I heard a message, look at your parents. I don't know what that means. Whoa. So I don't know if your parents had health issues or something. They're saying they lived the stressful life for their whole life and you saw what it did to their health. You can't do the same thing. You can't go down that same path. It's already been shown to you what's possible, what can happen. Okay. But again, we know that money is important. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to pay the bills. That's why they're saying temperance. They're going to show you what to do. They're going to teach you the way so you can. I just keep saying some of you are going to start some kind of business or something that's just going to really like, or you're going to go back to school. They're saying it's the best investment you could ever make. That 9 of Swords. You live in this state of anxiety, this stress. You can't, that's not meant to be forever. It's not. Why they're not giving me like specifics, it's because they want you to establish that connection first. They're going to tell you. I hope this made sense for whoever it was. But the time is now. July, big difference. You're going to see. And what I'm saying, like the amount of, you see all these pentacles, that's nothing for what you're supposed to have and what you will have. Oh my God, look what just flipped on its own. Have faith in your dreams. Kid you not. What did I say? Or when I say what I said, it's really what they said. If you dreamt of something, it's because it already exists. It's already yours. You can't dream of something that doesn't exist. It's already there. That energy is already there. You can't destroy it. It's just circling around you, circling around you, circling around you, circling around you. Waiting for you to live it. I just split it again. The answers you need are coming. What do I mean by that? Here says waxing crescent moon, full moon in Gemini. What do I mean by that? Divine's going to tell you. They're going to give you the answers. You see this Gemini image, one person has their eyes closed, one has it open. It's the balance of your everyday life, your mundane life, and your spiritual life. You cannot ignore that. Nothing yet is set in stone. Mutable moon. What they're telling me by that is, if you're feeling like, oh, but I've already signed this contract, I'm already in this, I'm already with this person, I already agreed to this. No. Your destiny is still like it's ready to happen. Whoop. It's not too late. Come on. Okay, what is this? You and your loved ones are safe. Put this here. New moon in Cancer. Maybe you have like this surrender to the divine. Full moon. Maybe you are afraid, again, that if you go after something, it will not go well. You're going to be great. What the divine's saying, again, there's no need to just quit everything and do something. You're going to be okay. Surrender to the divine, though. That's what they do want you to surrender to. They're going to lead you. You can start something slow. You're ready for a new path. Yes. I'm going to pull one from the After Tarot, and then I'm going to leave it here. And I hope that this message reached who it needed to reach. We have the Empress here in the After Tarot, which is all about creation. Divine feminine energy. Oh, look oh my God, I love it. It just fell to the ground. It's the Sun card in the After Tarot. You're about to birth a new life. Okay, you have to allow this feminine energy in, this healing energy, the light of the divine. This is the happiest moment of your life is approaching. The most balanced time of your life is approaching. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in the After Tarot. In the regular tarot, it means like the weight of the world on your shoulders. In the After Tarot, you drop those wands. You're meant to have a lot without carrying the load. You know what I'm saying? And the reason you're going to be given this gift by the divine of having a lot without carrying the load is because what your purpose is, besides being connected to the divine, in terms of career, etc., has a direct relationship. It has something to do with helping other people. And by helping other people, whether through sharing your light, because it's divinely guided, inspiring other people, healing people, whatever the case may be, the divine will reward you by lightening your load and giving you a balanced life. High Priestess, as long as the magician, you follow their divine guidance. As the magician, create your reality. They're going to help you create that reality. Anything that you want to manifest is going to come to fruition with their help. Wow. I mean, and that's what we're going to end with. You know why? That's what we're going to end with. You know why? In the After Tarot, which is the most significant, because the After Tarot shows images of like it already happening, not what's going to happen, like already happened. And this was the first card that I, was channeling. I was like, okay, all these cards came out talking about it, but I didn't see that it came out at all because it wanted to come out in a significant way. And there it is. As the last card, we started with the 7 of Cups, and we ended with the Wheel of Fortune in the After Tarot, meaning your destiny, your fortune, your good karma. Live your life creating and manifesting, along with the High Priestess, in your High Priestess energy, connecting with the divine, being receptive with that divine feminine energy, balancing out, working hard without the stress, while connecting with the divine and being receptive. You are going to manifest everything that the divine has for you, which is a lot. That wheel, that negative cycle is closed. You're given the biggest, the most beautiful blessing. Peace, balance, and may I add, a lot of freaking money. I just got to say it. Like, I know I didn't want that. The divine didn't want that to be the focus. Because it's not even about the money. But honey, there's a lot coming your way as long as you follow this advice. Okay? And there's something that you need to do. And I know that you know what you need to do. And I know what you know I know that you know what you dreamt of. So do it. Do it. It already exists. It already exists. Love and light. I haven't been here in a while. I hope this made sense. I hope this reached who I needed to reach. I hope to be back here often. I hope to record often. I hope to not disappear again. I've gone through my transformation. I'm going to see what, I'm still in the process of seeing what I'm going to add to this channel, how I'm going to go, meaning, am I going to come up with a recording schedule? Am I going to add, collective readings, and also, based on astrology as well, or if I'm going to add shorts. I mean, I'm still in the works. I'm still trying to see how I'm going to, you know, come back here. But I do know that I need to add new. I need to come back, but I also have to add some new energy into this channel. And again, I want to thank you for all of your support, love, and light.